Greetings, Insight how's everybody doing? Some wearing my favorite shirt, my Crystal Pepsi shirt. Crystal Pepsi is ironically my favorite Pepsi, and it's also was originally released in the 90s, which is coincidentally the decade that a show I grew up with, Rocko's, in this case, Rocko's Modern Life, was originally aired, and we also got the special episode Rocko's Modern Life Static Cling. The 45-minute movie released on Netflix has returning cast of Joe Morey, who wrote and directed the film. We also get a returning cast of all the characters you know, whether it's Heifer, Rocko, Filbert, Mr. Bighead, Conglamo, the head of Conglamo. We get all our main stage characters. The story is, so I'm gonna give you spoiler characters. So, if you have seen the film, then you have nothing to worry about. But if you haven't seen it, then I would totally recommend you pause, go watch it, come back when you have seen it, and come back. Because I do not want to spoil it, but at the same time, you can still check it out, and I think me giving my thoughts probably shouldn't deter you from seeing it. So basically, the film opens up with Rocko, Heifer, and Filbert in space. Since the last time we saw them, which was in the final episode of Rocko's Modern Life, when they get lost in space. And the special takes place 20 years later. While in space, they watch their favorite TV show, The Big Heads, which is Ralph Bighead, created by Ralph Bighead, the Big Head's son. And they eventually are able to get back home. Rocko and Heifer and Filbert are able to get back home. But it turns out they're not in the 90s anymore. And neither are we. But at the same time, the film still works, in my opinion. So a lot has changed in O-Town. Whether it's advancements in technology, their reactions to energy drinks, Starbucks, and also gritty reboots, in this case. Really big man. So in a way, so basically, one thing that is not going well, though, is that we eventually learned out that the Big Heads had been canceled and now had no revivals. So Rocko makes it his goal to get it back on the air. But one of the issues, though, is Ralph Bighead had gone missing, and his parents don't even know where he is. And Bighead is kind of like the big shot now, and he ended up causing the total collapse of O-Town. Well, actually, he totally causes the total collapse of Conglamo, which everything's connected to Conglamo, so recession, society collapse, O-Town is gonna go under. So their goal is to try to find Ralph to bring the show back, so that Conglamo can get a lot of money to stay afloat. We end up also getting a bit of references to Clan Blaslo when they're going on their adventure to find Ralph. And I gotta say, the reintroduction of Ralph as Rachel Bighead, it is done very respectfully. Ralph had basically transition to becoming a woman, and it's done very effectively. There's no jabs, there's no jokes. It's just done like say, like he comes out and he goes out and goes like say, a lot has changed since you guys been gone. I'm no longer Ralph anymore. I'm Rachel. He goes, Evan. Heifer goes, cool. Evan, let's get that show. And then so yeah, there's no. This was done in a completely respectful way. Um, and it's also done in a respectful way in the way a trans person would see, like say coming back to meet their parents, because in most cases, either it's a trans person is not really accepted by the parents, or they are. I mean, I'm not speaking for everyone. I'm just saying that's how it's presented, in most mediums. It's either they're accepted or not. But we get some good drama. Mr. Bighead doesn't want to deal with change from either losing his job, losing his house, and also losing his son. And then we are eventually able to get the new version of the Big Heads. Well, we'll also get it from like say, because of Mr. Ed Big Head going like say, I don't have a son anymore, and he's just depressed and on top of his roof of his house because he's just thinking like, what's the point? I have no job. There's no home anymore and all that. Rachel, she ends up making the special because she misses the relationship with her dad, and she uses that as a bit of inspiration for the episode. And although everyone in O-Town and kind of around the world, it seems, in the episode loves it, the one who doesn't seem like it is Rocko, who was the one who was most excited about it because it's his favorite show. But then again, in this case, like, say that's a bit of commentary, because sometimes like we ask for great revivals of shows. I mean, for revivals of shows, and then sometimes either like some people love it, or I mean most people love it, or some people don't. So that, yeah, bit of commentary on that. Overall, I've got to say, Rocko's Modern Life, Static Cling, is fairly entertaining. It does not overstay its welcome. It's not like it's trying to be a full-length film. It's just, if it was longer than 45 minutes, I think it would be too long. The runtime of it is fairly as good as it is. Every character in the episode gets their moments to shine, and character development is given to all of them. And also, they go through their character arcs and as well. But I mean, overall, I can say I enjoyed it, especially as a guy who grew up with Rocko's Modern Life. I mean, it just brought me back to my childhood, I suppose. I mean, I know what you're expecting, like, say, come on, show the clips, but I mean, I'd rather you watch it to get an idea, unless you have seen it, or what are your thoughts? I mean, just, so you can go into this fresh. But if you have seen it, I mean, if I've gotten you interested in seeing it, and if I want to see it, what are your thoughts? Do you like it? Do you dislike it? Are you like Rocko? Was this one reboot that you thought, no, they changed too much? Well, what are your thoughts? Put your thoughts in comments down below. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye. Oh, in the next few videos, I'll be talking about D23, with Disney's, whether it's their full theatrical film from 2019 till 2021. So look for that. I'll also be talking about anything that was revealed from D23. But overall, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.